What is going on, everybody? Moose here, and today I'm going to be running through my 16-inch rifle build. You guys saw it in the last 222 video, and I got a few questions on, hey, what is that rifle that you're running? So it's a Franken build that I made, and I absolutely adore this rifle. It's pretty much my baby, but I will run everything down from the front to the back, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. So starting from the front, I do have the Silencerco ASR 3-prong flash hider on there. I love it. Keeps the rifle pretty level, and it eliminates pretty much like 90% of all flash from this gun. There's no fire report at all from this gun. Going back from there, I have that on a 16-inch Daniel Defense barrel with a carbine length gas system. I don't know if you can see through those little ports there on the rail. It's got a carbine length gas system. I was dumb and didn't get the mid-length gas system, but still runs super awesome, still shoots super flat, so I'm okay with it. I also have a laser light combo with a pressure pad on there, and on that I have Midwest Industries 7-sided M-lock rail with the monolithic pick rail on top. I love Midwest Industries. They just make some pretty rad items. And I also love this rail in general because it's super slim. I can get my tiny hands around it with ease, and then I can actually actuate the pressure pad when I need it. This little pick rail on the bottom, I was gonna put a grip on there, but from where that is, and I can't move it back to where I would want it because of the gas block, but where that is, I was gonna put a grip on there, but I wouldn't be able to actuate the pressure pad, so I just use it as like a hand stop type thing. I'll put my front finger in front and then just grip the rest of it, and I can still get the pressure pad on there. So that works pretty well for me. That rail just really does nothing. Moving back to the receiver, I'm running a Aero Precision upper and lower Cerakoted in tungsten. By the way, I did get the Midwest Industries rail Cerakoted tungsten to match the receiver. They don't have Cerakote tungsten rails. They do have tan, black, and I think they're coming out with some other colors right now, but right now they do not have tungsten rails. But running it on an Aero Precision upper and lower, just the normal AR-15 lower, none of their super cool, I think like the M4E1 or whatever they're called, or the A5s. I do want to get one of those receivers though, those are pretty dope. Nothing too fancy about any of this. It's just pretty much mil-spec stuff on it. I'll run through it here in a second. Let's go to my scope. I'm running a Vortex Strike Eagle 1:6 variable powered optic. I usually run it on 3 to get kind of like that mid-range area on it, because that's pretty much the distances I will shoot this gun at. So I do love it because you can switch it between distances, especially if you're shooting from, like, let's say you're shooting 25 to 50 yards. I'll keep it on 3, and then if going any farther, crank it down to 6. I can get those 100-yard, 200-yard shots off super easily. So variable powered optics are pretty much changing the ground for optics for ARs right now. And if you don't have one, I would highly recommend checking one out because they're just super stellar. So and on that, I have a Midwest Industries QD mount for that, so I can swap it out if I want to put a red dot on here or throw this on a different gun, zero it real quick. Their mounts are pretty cool. Their rails are pretty cool. They have receivers. Midwest Industries has receivers. They have pretty much everything. So if you want to check out some well-priced AR products, go give Midwest Industries a check, and I'm pretty sure you'll find what you're looking for. So all right, so I'll go into the internals of the rifle right now. Let's just split the receivers here, and we will take a look at the inside of both my lower and my upper. Here's my lower. As you can see, I have a mil-spec trigger, same as my AR pistol. Mil-spec trigger, I run mil-spec just because they're super crisp, super consistent. Just haven't had the the want to buy like a Geisley trigger or anything. Right now, as is, I'm pretty well off with a mil-spec trigger right now. So all it takes is training and you'll get good with whatever you have. So, and then also I have just a normal safety selector or fire selector, whatever you want to call it. Mil-spec bolt catch, mil-spec mag release. Everything on here is mil-spec except for trigger guard, which is a Magpul trigger guard, and then the Magpul K2, which is the rubberized grip. I love this grip because you can just drive your hand into it and it won't move. You have a whole lot more control with your gun when you're shooting fast, unlike an A2 or an A1 grip or any of like the plastic grips. Your hand can slide around a little bit more, and then you'll lose your pocket per se. And then inside of here, I'm running a standard H1 buffer with a standard spring and mil-spec tube with an MOE stock on it, Magpul MOE stock. Haven't gotten the CTR stock. The wiggle doesn't bother me, so I'm not too worried about it. And I usually run it right here on, I don't know what position that would be, but pretty much right, the first one that I can get where the little ramp is. Just because I'm a little shorter guy and I don't need to have that full extension. I just tuck it in and I'm good to go. So that is my lower, pretty much a mil-spec lower with some Magpul parts on it. So on my upper, I am running a Radian Raptor charging handle, which are the best charging handles on the market. Can't recommend them enough. They're super good, and then they just look good. They just look good. And then inside of there, I am running a Fostech nib or nickel boron bolt carrier group. Does need a little bit of cleaning, but I'm not too worried about it. This thing can run through pretty much anything. I usually just lube it up and it runs. This thing's pretty good, nice and solid. And as you can see, it is an M16 or a full auto bolt carrier group. I don't have a full auto, but whatever. This bolt carrier has ran through a few thousand rounds, and it just keeps chugging. Very well built bolt carrier group. And that is pretty much my upper. The dust cover and the forward assist. Couldn't think of it. Forward assist are mil-spec. Like I said before, mil-spec stuff is pretty much what I just throw on there. It's cheaper and it works just fine. So there's that. Pretty much the barrel, the bolt carrier group, it runs like it's supposed to. The gas port on the barrel is a little bit larger, so you won't have any problem running cheaper ammo. Daniel Defense did that on purpose. So let's say a civilian, he buys some, like, I don't know, some tool ammo or something like that. It'll still run through it just fine. Daniel Defense barrels are pretty good, pretty solid. Fostech nib bolt carrier group, it's a solid bolt carrier group. Yeah, so this upper is pretty awesome. I love it, and this whole rifle in general is just, it's just my baby. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll be sure to get out to you and answer them. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this. I plan on doing some more builds in the future, and I'll run them out through you. I'll do some more drills for you. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a great day. Peace. Give Midwest Industries a check. I don't know how many times I've said that, but give them a check.